Humility is one of the first concepts that is taught to us, usually through fable discussing how we should all be like a bamboo tree, which signifies humility. Even when we were kids, no one liked an arrogant person. If you're winning, stay low. No need to brag about anything. Too much pride will make people turn on you instead of admiring you. That's too much pride after all, and too much of anything is bad. But humility is not equal to not having any pride for yourself. We are at the age where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So if you have it, flaunt it. Being humble is not an excuse to be pushed around and trampled. Martyrdom may get you a monument, but being able to stand tall and be proud of yourself gets you the respect that you need while standing 6 feet above the ground and not underneath it. Don't get me wrong, you should not be an arrogant, babbling baboon trying to parade your achievements, but you should also not be cowering around those sore-graping in what you've worked so hard for. Humility should always be partnered with security and confidence. Sometimes a person is too humble and would be too humble-hearted to argue with others, despite being right. Yes, compromising is good, but you should discern as well what is at stake. If you will lose your well-being through compromising, then you should just better cut off or lose the person you're arguing with, as they seemingly would want to hurt you just so they would win. Life short of a lot of storm. To endure, be like a bamboo tree, which usually remains strong even if the biggest and proudest trees become damaged or cut down in a time of storm. You need to be flexible, ready to bow down, and humble yourself against the strong currents of time. But once the storm has passed, you should also learn to spring and bounce back, to stand tall. You should learn how to sway in accordance with the wind, for it not to cut you by surprise. You should learn when to go with the current, stand against it, and bounce back for yourself. Life, after all, is just a game of endurance. You ought to play with it, and know when to play against it. There's a time to bow down and be humble, and there's a time to stand tall and be proud. Juggle it well and value yourself. The storm has just begun.